Welcome to 21st in Prime, presented by Jaguar. Let me tell you something. It's a moving and shaking going on in the NFL. Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers this week, and Amber is stunned with my son's Will I Forever shirt on, featuring yours truly.
Well, you know, tu familia is mi familia. And your son, Junior, well off forever, had to show them a little bit of love. And we're going to let the youngsters know this is the call to impacted football, Prime. But speaking of calls to impacted football, today the trade deadline has passed. Wide receivers are on the move, starting with Golden Tate. He is headed to the world champion Eagles. He actually dropped the news on Twitter, writing, "It's been real, Detroit. I love you forever. Philly, Philly, let's get it." Let's bring in Mike Garafolo to tell us more about this trade. Mike, how did everything go down with this?
Yeah, a couple of teams were involved, I'm told, in trying to get, acquire Golden Tate. And for them to get a third-round pick for a pending free agent is quite the haul for the Detroit Lions. Now, granted, it's a late third-round pick, and the Eagles have 2 second-rounders next year. They got one from Baltimore in a trade, so they did have the capital to make this move, get some value now, and still get plenty of players next year. Also could have some compensatory picks. So this is Howie Roseman taking a little bit from the future to get something now. The Eagles had been trying, Prime, to throw some passes to Nelson Aguilar around the line of scrimmage and then let him run with the football. You're seeing it right now. That's one of Golden Tate's specialties. I think he's going to fit in pretty well.
So that loss to Seattle pretty much allowed them to say, we done, we quit, we forget it, we're not going to be in the playoffs, we pack up, let's get rid of our assets. That is crazy to me when you're still trying to make the playoff if that's your goal. What you going to tell the fans? Now, I do like the move. I do like the move 100% for Philadelphia. Golden Tate is a new day Hines Ward. That's who he is. And he has that intangible that you can't quantify. He's going to make your receiving core better. He's going to make your running game better. And he's going to make your locker room better. That's what he brings to the table. I love me some Golden Tate.
Note this means Tate is not going to the Patriots. That was a rumor that is out there. Another big name that is not going to the Patriots on the move, Demaryius Thomas. The Texans trading for the Broncos receiver just before the deadline. Thomas has had a lackluster season, but a lot of that is due to rookie Courtland Sutton coming on very strong. So Mike G, tell us about this trade.
I don't know so much about that. I mean, I get that, Amber, and I've seen other people say that, but you can put out 5 wide receivers at a time. It's not like, let's say, quarterback, where there's a guy playing and you can't play the backup. Courtland Sutton has been getting on the field, can get on the field. I am told that the Broncos believe Demaryius Thomas was slowing down. He's got another year left on his contract at $14 million. So at some point you say, what's the value here for a guy we can maybe get now versus keeping him on the roster, or maybe having to cut him after the season because you don't want to pay that $14 million tag, Prime?
Allow me to be Johnny Cochran, the late Johnny Cochran, for my man Demaryius. He ain't slowing down. This bull junk you put behind the center over the last several years is slowing down in Denver. That's why you're giving up this season, because of your quarterback situation. That's what's slowing down. This guy has still he still has number 1 potential. I don't know if he's a bona fide guy like a Julio or AB, a D-Hop, but he's on the other side of D-Hop. So guess what? That gives him one-on-one on the backside. And let me tell you, being the cornerback of all cornerbacks, this is a matchup that not a number 2 cornerback wants to see. This guy's about 220, 230, and still can run a 4.4, sub 4.4, and he can catch the football and make plays. Let me tell you something, man. This, Deshaun Watson, is the happiest man in the world right now. He's doing the hammer, he's doing the nay-nay, he's doing the Dougie, he's breakdancing all at once because he has options.
I think it's the Fortnite dances now and the floss and things like that. But we'll move on from that. You know who's not happy about that move? It's Von Miller. Check out what he tweeted. He said, "I'm going to cry in the car." Maybe he'll cry when the Broncos host the Texans this week. The Texans have won 5 in a row, by the way.